Hey guys, we're happy to be here tonight. Another session of Teams and Tendrils. It's session 38. We're just wrapping up a little bit of leveling and we're going to get started. And actually, we can go ahead and get started with a little summary of last session.
It's you. I don't remember.
You gotta do it, Bill. You haven't done it yet.
I did it last time.
You did.
I did it before. Huh? You did it before.
Really?
You did a good one.
Oh, we.
Oh, I said.
You
I was like,
call him all sorts of
You
things,
do.
so it's
I
hard
called
to know.
him Willie when I don't call him William or some military.
You called.
rank.
You walked in and said Willy Billy.
I
So.
did say Willie Billy. That was the first time.
no.
I think last session was the first that we were recovering from the psychic blast that disabled everybody, right?
Oh yes.
And so we had a whole team of disabled people. Maybe that's insensitive.
I couldn't just spend 700.
You did it first time, so now you just go back.
No, I just gotta do that.
I can go ahead and potentially do the summary. I don't really do it. I actually really like it when you guys do the summary because it tells me you're paying attention.
Alright.
So Titus, we went over Alvis research a little bit more, didn't we?
Yes.
How'd that go?
It was Thaddeus and I doing some conniving plans, trying to figure out what we were going to do in his, not his research center. It's not the one that we were in way back when. It's in his flying research center. But he and I decided that we were going to try and not escape and lay low until we could figure out a better plan, action exactly, because we figured running away would be more trouble than it was worth.
Sure.
Let's see. Talked about a bunch of stuff. It was good and it was scary and where am I? Hold on. No, you go ahead. I'll catch up.
Well, you had some questions that you wanted to know the answers to. Potential things. Alvis didn't return yet, did he?
No, because I forget exactly what happened. Thaddeus was aware of where he was at in the research facility and basically deduced that we had time to look up a couple things before we had to go back into hiding and lay down and pretend we were not being sneaky boys.
So let's see, what was the status of Joss's leg?
Got a new one.
What happened? She got a new one?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Why is that relevant?
It's
It's
really
recap.
pale.
It's part of the recap.
Oh my gosh.
It's tattooy and pale. Gross.
It's gonna end up looking like the
But
girl
it's the
from...
most muscly one. Thanks, Deco.
Who's the girl from Nightmare Before Christmas?
Sally.
That's gonna be you. Just over time.
All pieced together from people
Nice.
that we killed.
That wouldn't be bad. Yeah, so Deco used the warp, his little psychic abilities to stitch Joss back together. Deco was pretty badly wounded as well.
Yeah, he was messed up.
He had a little touch with Mr. Keys.
Yucky.
He put a big old black slug on his chest, and it like dug into your chest, right? And now it's in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Yep. Vaccine had been knocked unconscious, but he woke up and aided in helping the team out. He was pretty sketched out from the psychic activity that had happened. And then I think some bladed cog on bikes swarmed into camp. And they were under the impression that everybody was wiped out in the camp and they weren't really exploring. But you guys went to attack. I think Deco blew all their brains out
Deco
with
killed
psychic bolts.
Oh,
Force one. And that was kind of the last straw for Faxine, because he was sick of the Psychers acting out with the chance of the warp getting torn asunder and everybody getting sucked into oblivion. So he ditched, and you were thought dead, Titus.
Oh, right.
But you were fine, actually. There was no hint of damage, there was no hint of death or anything, you're just fine. Power armor's fine, your armor's fine, everything's fine.
And I didn't know what happened.
Yep. And so Faxian tried to loot your hammer, and this really weird fight ensued. So back and forth, it was very strategic on Faxian's part, but he just needs a bigger gun for you next time.
Unless I was caught off guard.
You were caught off guard. You role played that pretty well too. Like, what are you doing? And so Faxian is left. And then I believe, we went over to the only war PCs. And you guys finished taking out the sky barges in the wastes. And they blew up and came down, and one of them was all weird, so you had to go put an end to that. It's crumpled down in the waste with some mysterious object, right? But all of the only war players needed medical attention.
Yeah.
So, medical attention they did receive.
I have a question about leveling.
I have an answer about that.
When you pay the points, you said when you pay the points for the characteristic advances, it's plus 10, right?
It's 5.
It's plus 5, so it goes 5, 10, 15, 20 like this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, no problem.
And you can purchase one for every attribute as well, not just, you don't just get to take 4. I don't know, there's like columns there, but this player that I was showing in the past, he thought that you could only get 4 characteristic advances, and that you picked one, you got that price, then you picked another.
Oh, no, yeah,
it
that makes sense.
It was just this, I could see how he thought that, but it was an interesting misunderstanding. You actually have to scour the book a little bit to find out how to purchase those. Anyway, I'm gonna let us level a little bit. What?
Mine's done.
I'm basically done. I don't think I want to buy anywhere else.
What rank are you now?
I'm just below. I'm ranked 3 still. Well, does it go 0, 1, 2? Or does it go 1, 2, 3?
Just 1, 2, 3.
So I'm currently 3, almost 4.
Cool. So you'll be 4 at the end of tonight?
Yeah, if I break 200 XP.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm at 1800 XP total. So.
It's actually kind of sad. I forgot to do it. This is actually the first campaign I've forgotten to do it, but every time somebody had a birthday, I would give them like 1000 XP. Straight up.
Do it.
And I think we could start it for this year. Do we want to do that? Last year's kind of void. Would you guys feel bad?
Is it like from January on?
Yeah, because you
Oh,
guys
it
have
would
both.
have started.
You guys would have both had XP
Well, that's
stuff
what happened
already.
to him.
Doesn't matter to me.
No, I'll take it.
What do you guys think?
Do it.
Fair?
Can we go back like 8 days before the new year started?
I'm just kidding.
You could just give everybody 1000 because I feel bad.
Yes, feel
was your
bad.
It's the
Mine's a
2019 incentive bonus is what it is. It just gives everybody boost in 2000.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody take 1000.
Woohoo!
Oh.
Money!
I leveled.
There you go. Well, and actually, 2000 for you.
Why? Oh, because double?
Mhm.
That's a
You're-
lot, though.
You're still behind.
Depends on how many more sessions you're going to give me. Double.
Well, only until you're up with.
I wouldn't double that.
Or like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't double it then.
Wait, what are you at though?
Puts me at 4.
How about this?
Because I'm at.
Take 1000 and then 500 throws.
Okay. What's your guys' current ranks?
I think
We're
we're 6.
6.
Yeah. So I mean, if it just catches you up faster, like why not?
And it's not going to stop when you're rank 6 because they're really fat level 6s.
All right. Well, we'll do 2 then.
Okay.
But I'm not going to be able to choose that much stuff now.
No.
I already know what. In fact, I had something picked out for my rank 4 that I can just now apply. So that's the only big difference. So
Cool.
That's
Nope, it's good.
Why does my first strength characteristic cost 500?
And if it matters, I went the Indictor path, not the Churgeon path. So
You don't want to do the Churgeon?
I want to
Cool.
make my strength more.
What's yours cost? Why are we so weak?
What are you guys doing?
I'm an arbitrator. I'm like a big old fancy cop, but strength is like my worst skill.
Really?
Yeah.
Fellowship
What's your
of
strength?
knowledge.
Oh, jeez.
Well, it's 35, but the first rank up costs 500.
Oh, that's
But
unfortunate.
that brings you up like a whole.
Yeah, it takes me 40, so I'm still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, Thaddeus is strength 45, and I didn't really think of him as being strong.
Thaddeus is very strong.
Actually, Thaddeus has had some pretty interesting upgrades.
Good.
I think he's probably going to be in your group for a while. Although, what happens as soon as we assume that?
His
That-
eyes.
We try to take a nap in the middle of a cave and everybody blows up.
That does tend to happen.
Wait, can any of you get secret tongue military?
You asked me that last time.
I know.
I took the wrong path for that.
Oh, you did?
Let me double check. Yeah, because if I took the martial path, I got it. I would have it right now, yeah.
Oh, you son of a gun.
Instead, I get like, do I have any other secret tongues? No, I have secret tongue administratum. I can talk in fancy government lingo.
Nice.
Wait. Oh, I have secret tongue acolyte, but no one else has that.
I don't know why you have that, because I literally don't get that in any path. That's just such a funky.
I think that's so funny.
He's saying.
Ooga booga wooga.
There we go.
I don't know what
I
he
feel
wants.
What you did?
I upped my strength. So now my strength bonus is a 4. So the only bonus that isn't a 4 is my fellowship.
Oh man.
That's a lot better than me.
Yeah, me too.
I have a lot of threes.
I have my strength is a 2.
I do think I am going to get the weapon skill up first, so I can use my hammer. More accuracy.
Fellowship is so expensive for me.
It's fine.
It's all good.
Cat.
No.
Woo! Alright, well, we can go ahead and get started. And I'm gonna actually focus on Faxian's character for a little bit, so you guys can keep leveling.
Cool.
Just because I don't have to leave already, so we'll just do some of that.
Makes sense.
So I believe you are currently
trying to figure out some
Trying to
way to
figure
get
out-
the ship fuel.
because the fuel lines have been cut, right?
Yep.
Okay. And I believe you mentioned earlier that you were concerned how they allowed that to happen.
Well, I
Would you
mean,
like to-
while we're trying to figure out a way to hook it up, yeah, I would inquire. I mean, Faxi would totally inquire to Phoebe, like how these lines got cut. Like, were they not near the ship or something? Like, I don't want to, and I specifically don't want to be blaming them. I'm curious, like, who and how did this to the ship?
She's gonna be really upset about it. Actually,
Okay.
she's like, yeah, we were doing our pre-flight for takeoff and all that. And we saw something like a little blip on the sensors. Looked at our camera feeds and we didn't really see anything. Maybe a little shadow across the cam, but then our check engine lights and everything was flaring and little cab sirens were coming off, and so she came down to investigate, and there was just fuel getting sprayed up everywhere.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, and I can't be for certain, but I don't know. I get a bad feeling about this place. There's like burning corpses and stuff everywhere from that cleric that lit everything on fire, and I don't know if he got everybody, but
Seems everywhere down here is on fire and full of corpses.
yeah, you got that right. I can work on this for a little bit. I should be okay. If you just want to make sure the area is clear.
That or I could help. I mean,
Are you a mechanic?
I have tech use.
Okay. Well, I'm filling up this valve right now. Do you know how to pilot a spacecraft at all?
I can only pilot ground vehicles.
Okay. And so she
That's
walks.
what you're here for.
Yeah. She walks with you up the ramp inside the vehicle, and Chi-Chi's outside guarding it. He went and he yanked a big old las cannon off the stationary Valkyrie over there, and he's like, wielding that, and he's like looking around, making sure nothing sneak up on you guys.
He's a good sentry.
He is. And so you guys go inside the cab, and she's like, okay, you don't need to like have a pilot skill or anything for this, but I've got this monitor here, and this is what's going to monitor your fuel lines and stuff. So I need you to basically control the shutoffs and stuff while I like tap the line. We have Vox, so we'll be able to communicate, but I just need to communicate back and forth with you a little bit.
I'll put my catch drone on
Sweet.
perimeter duty as well. So
Cool. So yeah, she heads back down. She's messing with stuff. You can hear tools clicking around, and she's like, "All right, go ahead and switch the valve."
which is
Cool. Do a tech use test. I'll give you a plus 30 because this is easy.
okay. What's it based on?
Yeah, it should be intelligence.
Tech use. So that's great for me. Oh yeah, passed.
Perfect.
I guess as far as degrees go, I was rolling with a stat of with a 30, it would have made it 85, and I got a 66.
Cool.
So
Yeah, she's like, "Yep, that'll do it." All right, we need to see if it'll hold. All right, now go ahead and throw it the other way. You don't need to roll for this.
okay, right.
So you do that so fuel starts to fill the lines up and whatnot. She's like, "Okay, it looks like our right engine's gonna be okay. You gotta do the same on the left." So she goes over there, and you guys do your back and forth again, and you're doing pretty well. You're taking to it, and so you guys get those lines fixed, and she's like, "Okay, well now the only thing is I'm gonna need I need a little bit of fuel that we can get."
As we lost a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
we lost a lot of fuel.
No reserves on the ship.
Not enough to cover what was lost.
Okay.
But there's that Valkyrie there, so I'm just gonna draw a line over that way.
Okay.
We should be able to at least siphon.
Okay.
I wouldn't trust other fuel, but military Valkyries, they should be fine. So she starts doing that. Is there anything that you would like to do while you're waiting?
Just I guess I'll join Choo Choo and try to make sure there's nobody approaching our position.
Okay. Go ahead and do a perception test.
It's a pass by about 20 plus.
Okay. I would have given you a plus 20 on that
Yep.
as well.
The drone. Don't forget the drone gives me a higher
Awareness thing.
awareness. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you actually.
It gives me plus 10 naturally. So whenever I'm using the drone.
Nice. Yeah, as you're doing perimeter sweeps with Choo Choo, you keep thinking that you see movement and stuff out of the corner of your eyes, like more within the building and on its roofs and stuff. And you do get the feeling like you're not really alone.
Okay. I'll tell Phoebe that we can't visually see anything, but we feel like there's a threat in the area, so we need to get out of here as soon as possible.
Okay. She says, "Well, I've been drawing fuel for like 5 minutes now, so we're just gonna have to take it. Yeah, we can stop somewhere pretty quick after that, but let's go ahead and get in." So she goes to the gun cutter and whatnot, and fires it up and see how she's doing. Oh yeah, 15. So she's pretty adept. The gun cutter rises up off the ground and whatnot. And so, are you in the cabin or where are you?
I'll sit in the, up where she is.
Cool.
Jumper seat.
Yeah. So she rises up off the ground, and as you're looking at the building, you see that there's some individuals still on it, scurrying around. One of them's got binoculars looking at you. And it looks like they're chatting back and forth as the gun cutter flies on the way.
All right. Looks like hostiles.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're sketchy enough. I know there was, I don't know if your character had a concern when you guys first met Derek, as to whether
I wasn't at that session.
True. There was some concern with the team as to whether or not he had killed bad people, or if they were just people.
He
Right.
wouldn't say.
He wouldn't say.
Right.
Like, I killed him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it looks sketchy.
Gotcha.
And they've got those similar cult symbols and stuff going, so you're pretty sure you know who they are.
Okay.
So
Documented.
the gun cutter goes to the cave. She's doing her thing. And, hours pass. You
Yeah, I
guys,
was about to say, like, how far do we have till we reach the surface of this rift?
you guys are able to make it to the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And she's like, so Faxion, where are you going? Where do you want me to drop you off, or what are we doing?
I want to go back to the spire that Malin's residence is at, back, near the arena or whatever.
I do know the place, and actually that's going to be good because if you were wanting to go to Reese, I'd have to refuel somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can certainly do that.
He should see fit to refuel and repair the ship when we get there anyway. So
Nice. Yeah, it's going to need some touch-ups. And honestly, now that I've been looking at the inside of this ship, I'm going to need an engine seer and a co-pilot.
Yeah.
We didn't have the paper for it before. We didn't know what the staff was. It has 6 crew quarters in it.
it's a big ship.
It's a bigger
Well,
ship.
it's really weird too because if you look at it specifically, they even used the picture of a Thunderhawk, so it's twice the size of a Valkyrie. But that's what they used for this picture with like some added doodads. It's like a Thunderhawk with added doodads, and that's why there's like quarters for 6 people or room for 30. So you can pile 30 people in, or have 6 crew quarters for your like individual team,
I think
or
it's both.
cargo. No, it says or. Quarter. No, you're right. Sorry, quarters for 6 people. Right. Max room for 30 people or equivalent cargo.
Yeah.
So it has like 6 sleep pods basically.
Everyone else gets to spare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, but so there's a co-pilot. Well, optional for the co-pilot, and then an engine seer.
Yeah.
And 2 gunners. What's up?
Random question. Would this ship be capable of actually leaving orbit to
Yeah.
join like
Yeah,
another?
It's not going to have warp travel.
No, but like it can get to the nice.
Yeah. In fact, they specifically call it orbit to ground transport, hostile landings, or even dogfighting.
That's good to know.
Yeah, this thing can actually take.
So, and it does say it can be modified to add crew quarters for as many 6. So they don't always have the crew quarters.
But it could get us back to the cruising, the road.
I would say because Reese sold that.
This was a nice one.
It was a nicer one. I'd
Yeah.
say it would have 6.
Yeah.
As I was reading it, I was like, yeah, I like that. It's like bells and whistles. So Phoebe's like, okay, do you want to hail Malin before we get there, or you just want to drop in?
No, let's just drop in.
Cool. So she gets clearance to land and does all that. So you land at the casino docks, and you're doing your thing, and she's able to land. She says, "Okay, do you want me to wait for you?" What am I doing?
Yeah, you guys, you stay near the ship, and that way, if I can send people to do work on the ship, it may take a while, but, this is, let's not leave it unattended.
Okay. Nope, sounds good. And typically I end up staying with the ship anyway. So, it's all good there. And what are you wanting to do?
I'll take Choo-Choo with me.
Okay, Choo-Choo's actually kind of pleased about this, and he's like, yeah, Choo-Choo useful.
Yeah.
He's
And
so much
as you guys are going to exit the docks, this security worker's like, hey, we we can't allow that ogre to come through here with a las cannon.
Oh, yeah. I meant to tell him to leave that behind here anyway. Choo-Choo, what else is he armed with?
He's got a Rippa. It's,
Okay.
they don't super
gosh.
care about stuff like that.
Yeah. You can just use your standard ripper gun there, buddy.
Oh, sad.
Oh, shoot.
She tries to hand it to Phoebe, and she's like, like that.
Yeah.
Still
He goes and like,
busy.
slams it against the side of the gun cutter.
That's funny because I did totally think like I should tell him to leave that here, but then I was like, all right, he probably doesn't have it. Nope. Yeah, that's it.
Of course he has. He doesn't put it down and save his pet.
Yeah. So I'll proceed to go up and try to find Malin in his personal quarters.
All right. Yeah, so you go back to that same area. And there's a servitor standing in front of the little entrance to his booth.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah.
And the servitor, he's like, stop.
I'll say, hey, I've returned to see Malin.
Acolyte, Vaxian, access granted. Notifying Malin.
This guy's with me.
Noted.
Choo-Choo, don't play with the tree. The plant. Don't touch the plant.
Oh, good call. These super expensive rare chicken.
Choo-Choo's like, they have plans here. Anyway, so you guys go in, and there's like this soft seating kind of area in front of the big window and whatnot. And, there's actually a couple people in there, and Malin's sitting down, and they're watching some races and some local groks
Okay.
thing. And it's like the cow, 40K cow, or grok.
Cow
Yeah.
racing? That's even better.
Yeah, they're totally like
I'm retiring to his place.
Cow racing.
they're like cows, but I think they have like 6 legs, and they're like twice the size,
Big mountains.
and they're like big, like froggy looking faces.
Gross.
So they're gross. Yeah, and you can eat them or something.
Interesting.
They're
Yeah.
still pretty cute.
And they're like local.
Especially if it's
Choo-Choo probably likes that.
Yeah. So Choo-Choo just sits down next to Malin, and Malin's like, Alvis, what are you doing? Or not Alvis.
You've changed.
Vaxxon, what are you doing here?
Well, this rather large fellow next to you is from our initial team that left out, and he is all that was able to make it back with me. Things were getting pretty sketchy down there.
Oh my goodness. I like to keep the spirit of the game separate from official business. Why don't we step into our quarters? He like steps over his seat. He like walks around Choo-Choo. Choo-Choo's like, hey, move.
It's like Inquisitor move.
Oh my god.
I'll tell Malin, like, don't mind him. At least he's big and brutish, but he's safe.
Okay, and he's like, what the heck is this? Like,
Who
he's
is
like,
this
it's not up, and he's like looking at the seat. It's like kind of
Yeah.
bending underneath his girth. He's like, yeah, I don't usually have company that accommodating.
Well, for an abhuman, he's useful.
No, I'll trust you on that. So you go outside. He closes the door, and he's not in his power armor or anything. He's just in some robes, stuff that are nicer.
Right.
And so he takes you through this opening with the big tree and whatnot. And then he takes you over to this library that has like this big long table, and then
Right.
he sits down on one and he's like, "All right, let's have the details." Did you? Well, I'll just let you.
So I'll explain to him that we were about ready to set up camp for the night, and one of Alvis's acolytes that was in the team, he used his psychic powers to evaluate the area, and it created havoc and explosions. And I'll explain that all the weapons and explosives fired off, and when this happened, I saw part of it was displayed to me in my drone feeds, but then I was knocked unconscious by debris and rubble in the chaos.
Oh my goodness!
And when I came to, those people that were within the fire explosion, for the most part, were okay, or at least alive, which seemed odd to me. So I cautiously, maintained position with them, and believed I was going to continue on the mission. And then the psychic powers that were being used by that group were used again right before my eyes, and just spattered these cultists' brains all over the place. And I just, with that, I decided I would go back to the ship and try to get a transmission out to you. And in the process, I came across another one of the individuals that was in that fiery explosion, and he was unscathed, and it was uncanny. And I got a scuffle with him, but I broke free and headed to the surface to let you know what's going on.
Did you have any drone feeds of him? Was he?
Oh yeah, the whole fight is on drone feed for sure.
Can I see them?
Yeah, I'll relay it to him. So I have the drones feed it to his personal comm thing or whatever. So
okay. Yeah, he sees you like boom off this building and everything, and then you used your drones in that fight. He watches the fight. And he's like, "That's unnatural."
That was my thought. Like I was going to maintain and try to hold true to the mission, but I wanted to keep things progressing in a productive manner, and it seemed like my life was threatened enough, and other members of the parties were threatened enough, that it was just too much, what's the word? This is me failing, not Faxian failing.
Oh, you're good.
It's,
not Faxian, you gotta stutter.
I'll just tell him that the benefits no longer outweighed the negatives of the mission. Like it was imperative to get the mission done, but it was more imperative to keep me and the safe people in the party alive if I could.
So it's kind of interesting. I didn't really want to go to Alvis's team for help. It's interesting because when an Inquisitor, typically if you're, I guess, holding true to etiquette, it's polite to let an Inquisitor know when you're on their turf. And I have sent several messages to Alvis. I have not heard any replies. I actually am not even sure if he's on the planet. I know his team is. Obviously, we chatted.
They seemed solid when we left base.
Do you think they're Psychers sanctioned? Do you think he's a nascent?
I would think he's not sanctioned. But that's my personal opinion and not for me to decide.
Do a perception test real quick on your memory of Deco.
It's a very easy pass.
Okay.
17.
What was the sanctioning ritual for you? You remember?
Like what? I'm
The
scarred
side
with?
effect, or yeah.
Yeah, I'm like scared of bald women.
Did you have any physical alterations from your sanctioning?
I think I had scars on my arm from like needles or something.
Yeah, and you said you had an easy pass.
Yeah.
You might have been able to see that, but that's one of the more uncommon ones.
Right.
Typically with the sanctioning rituals, it involves a bit of self-harm, actually.
I think that Faxian's main reason why he would think that it's not factioned is just because of the destruction that he was witnessing.
Oh,
you know?
so
Like
appearance
that's-
aside kind of thing?
Yeah, appearances aside, he saw this, we keep going over it, he saw this big explosion and all these unnatural things, and then he saw, not only was he, like, moving around less than hours later, he was, attacking, incoming bad guys, so.
Okay.
With great precision, he can appreciate, the fact that he was about ready to shoot guys off their motorcycles. This guy just popped all their heads like a balloon, so, that's...
Does your dude, has he worked with Psychers before?
He's encountered them, and he's that's the thing, like it was immediate,
He's helping hunt them.
out of game, it's not that my character hates Psychers, it's just that, Psychers are not a common thing, they're not and when they are, somebody discovers a Psyker, it's like discovering, a Jedi or something, he gets whisked away to the, to whoever's in charge of making decisions about that. Here I'm confronted with, we're going to find these Psychers or lack of Psychers, and then all of a sudden it's just I'm in the middle of a war of Psychers,
Yeah.
so.
Well, here's a way to put this into perspective as well. I don't think you realize it, but Deco, as far as Psychers is concerned, Deco's really powerful. And typically, when a Psyker causes imperils of the warp, and I mean, they have this mechanic on the tabletop with the models. The Psyker only hurts itself. It's rare that everybody else gets it. And so, for you to cause perils of the warp in a whole square radius of 24 meters, done.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really even on the tabletop, if Magnus, Primarch of the Thousand Suns, causes perils of the warp, he's hurting himself. And I mean...
Well, and I'm basing it on novels and things too. I've read a lot of the stuff, and I mean, if people are suspected of psychic stuff, a lot of the time they're not trusted, and they're not, so this is, I think it was asking a little much of Faxian to go along with all that.
Okay.
That's all. So he's got a sense of self-preservation that outweighs the negatives is all,
Well, and honestly, because as a Spire Hunter and all that, like you're sent to eliminate certain people and all that. Malin brought you on for your skills there. His quest was discovering the disappearance of Psychers, not yours.
Right.
But you've just been aiding in that, and as long as you've been with him, you haven't really found any Psychers because there's a huge disappearance of them.
Yeah, of course.
And your character's from Epson Kai, right?
No, he's from Anvil, but he's been to different spots. So.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I had thought about having Malin reference that. I just didn't know if you had told
It
me.
really
anything.
puts that facility into
That's a good-
more perspective.
That's a good reference, though. He's.
Would we
I
get
would say
more-
he's been away from his home world more than he's been here.
I can see
So.
why that would also.
Would he have told Malin about Epson Kai at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll actually step right into the role playing then.
Yeah. Okay.
And Malin's like, "Owned by the Emperor." That seems worse than some of your tales from Epson Kai.
Yeah, in some cases, I'd rather be dealing with xenos than what I was just party to.
And the relic's been working for you as far
Yes,
as the cycle?
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, good.
In fact, it's been clear on every occurrence.
Every occurrence.
Oh,
That's good.
Yep.
Well,
But you hired me. I'm still under contract to do your, whatever you decide.
what would make you feel better about the mission?
Well, maybe, I don't know if there's another aspect that, some other approach we can take. What about this Alvis? It sent this team, and he hasn't communicated with you. Maybe he's dead. Maybe somebody has, imprisoned him and is giving his team, false, borders. Do you want me to investigate it from that angle, or?
Potentially. I'm still very concerned about what Violet's team was able to discover in the depths. I wonder if he has any land. So he starts pulling up some stuff. And so he's looking through the web. He actually finds some locations for property that Alvis has. And he's like, well, okay, so I'm looking at a couple. It looks like there's a sky barge that's been leased out to him. But that was a long time ago. I don't know if that's still an active place of residence.
Reese might know.
Reese might know. And then there's a just like a hab unit down near the Wallace. So it's like a couple levels above the Wallace, so it looks like he has that. And then there's something that I think he's got a couple ships. So
Interesting.
that's all I'm seeing.
Anything orbital? Extraplanetary?
Well, he has some stocks in the spaceports up above, the shipyard specifically. But that's House Cassick's space yard, so that's interesting.
Yeah, that's odd.
The mechanics don't usually.
Faxian might be out of game. Faxian might be able to utilize some of his skills and previous things to be able to find out information on that stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, it's your decision, Malin. Wherever you'd like me to go.
Well, I don't want to take too much away from whatever ideas and stuff you'd have. I'd even be willing to dedicate a small force to your command in order to see it done and whatnot.
Well, speaking of small forces, you may want to consider this pilot, Phoebe. She's really skilled at her craft. She's already taught me a few things. You might want to consider locking her into a more solid contract.
Okay. I always appreciate those recommendations.
And I can't vouch for the big guy out here as a fighter, but he takes his job seriously. I can tell you that at least, and he's good deterrent.
Yeah, it's not wise to upset an ogre. That's for sure.
That dude has killed more people.
I was going to say, little does Faxi know, that dude took down a knight on his own.
Did he?
He shot it to death. It was a mad. He rolled like 3 crits in a row with him.
Oh gosh, I remember that.
I just remember him dropping his gun when it was out of ammo and just picking up garbage and beating people to
Like,
death.
just throwing people out.
Yeah.
He's actually a walking menace.
Yeah.
In the best of ways.
I love my little ogre.
He's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
Okay, well, I will give you 2 tasks then. If that team's still alive, do you think they would be pursuing the mission?
I would assume that since they're on the offense, they will continue towards their objective. Whether that brings them out alive or not, I would probably think that it is more likely that they're going to their doom.
Okay.
Sorry.
We're gonna be fine.
Sorry.
You don't know us like that.
No, but that's how much Faxian knows you guys. So that's sorry, guys.
Not even.
Okay. So Mal's.
Everything goes wrong before.
I was gonna say. Okay.
I'm guessing he's pretty much taken my word for it. I don't have to roll to try to convince him or anything.
No, he's pretty trusting of you. He rolled trusting too.
Okay.
He's gonna say, okay, well, I want to figure out what's going on with Alvis, and I think I'll put that as an official directive for you. But if we could back that team up somehow, or not even back him up, but just the pilots team, they did uncover some critical information down there, and I'd like it if they were alive. It's not fun for me to have to recruit acolyte teams all the time.
Yeah, finding that team. How many people were in that team? Do you know? Four.
There were 4 people I named. Yeah, we'll say 6.
Okay, we'll go over that some other time.
Yeah. The number's not solid right now. Yeah, let's make that a top priority. Whatever you can do to understand that team would be the best.
Well, if I'm going to go back down there, I'm going to need a team that is tactically and military trained. Right? You know, some. You know, I hate to say it, but you know, if we lose a couple, I need more that I can trust. So.
How many men are you looking for?
4 ogres.
That sounds like the best kind of trouble.
20 ogres.
Oh my gosh. We're just gonna airdrop them in.
Half the city is destroyed.
If I'll throw out the term, like, if I could get a platoon, you know, which, you know, maybe 2 squads and a weapons team, that'd be.
To fight for their freedom.
At least we'd be able to transport that many in the gun cutter.
Is that 30?
Yeah, it was 25.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm assuming it would be like 10-10 and a heavy weapon team.
I'm imagining, like, you've seen Avatar with the blue aliens, right? Like, I didn't realize the size difference between the
Did
two.
I say the same? No, I'm just kidding.
Until, like, one of the normal humans gets shot by an arrow, and it's like
It's like
10,
a ballista.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh.
My favorite is that part when they're shooting that arrow, they jump shoot it. It's like so dramatic, and this guy just gets
They like
wrecked.
talk the whole time like these arrows are covered in poison, like don't even let it prick in. I'm like, why are you guys worried about that?
Your
Like, it's
whole
like,
intestines are just gone.
Also, Faxian needs to find out if Malin has like an arms master or somebody that he can talk to about gear. So, without going back to Reese and wheeling and dealing.
No, that's fine. So, I didn't elect to offer this information before because I don't know that other team. I do have access codes that take the world portal all the way down.
oh my gosh,
What?
that
So
son of a
you
gun.
you could avoid that tunnel if you wanted.
How spacious is the? Is it like an elevator? I mean, I'm just saying.
It's like an elevator down to the bottom.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, how spacious is the compartment that can take us down there? Like, if I have these teams with me, can we all go?
You could almost.
Is it vehicle capable?
The flex? Oh yeah, yeah. You could drop like a frigate down that thing.
Okay, well then we should be good.
Because like I imagine that thing is like this giant ring that multiple ships use to like carry cargo like further down into the world. And, take ore to the forges and stuff like that. Like these world portals are huge. And he's like, so yeah, you could figure something out there.
Will we run into any trouble with the Adeptus Mechanicus?
Well, what they don't know doesn't hurt. But the access code
Yeah, the
gets you by the
codes.
drones.
Okay.
So you just have to have Phoebe plug them in. She'll know what to do.
Well, Phoebe's also looking for a servitor. Is it a servitor?
An engine steer.
Engine seer. Oh, so it's actually a priest. Wow. So if we can get do you have any, let's just say, coerced engine seers that would be able to smooth our path to the center here if we have him as part of our ship's crew?
Yeah, I think an engine steer is going to be pretty easy for us to obtain. So, which should be okay. I'll put out feelers. Why don't? Well, is that gun cutter in good shape or?
The gun cutter's great. It just needs some fuel line repairs, and depending on what our situation is going to be, we may need to add a few upgrades or changes depending on where we're going.
Oh. Why don't I offer you, the ogre, and I don't know if Phoebe needs quarters, but quarters for like 2-3 days. You guys can
Get it all sorted out.
rearm. Yeah, honestly, I'm really concerned about Violet's team, but I think that last round might have been a little hasty. I should have background checked Alvis's acolytes a little bit better. But honestly, that information's hard to find. I'm sure that his vaults are the only ones that.
Well, from my dealings with them, at least I have a general grasp of their individual skills and weaknesses.
Tell me about
I'm feeling personal.
it.
Well, I'll go through telling them that go over the team and tell them about how there's described that there's the psyker and he seems pretty resilient and he definitely has from what I've seen the most offensive capabilities in the group. But then there's the guy who's in the power armor and pretty much can just walk his way down there himself.
Just real quick, I just remember my shows that I'm sanctioned. I have a brand on my arm from my sanctioning.
Which arm?
On my right arm.
Is that your
The one left?
No, the left one's in the counter.
Oh, I'm like, is it even there?
It's there.
It would have been there.
Would it have
before.
been burned off in the explosion?
Could he have found it somewhere else?
No.
He was branded by Warfire. It endures all.
He may not know what that brand means though, too.
It's also true.
It's an Aquila.
But I'll just tell him. Then I'll tell him that there was,
Yeah.
the sisters, the
Yeah.
sisters of battle that were aligned with the group, and that some of them, because from his perspective, he saw. Remember, 2 of them were laying down, and he didn't even know if they were alive anymore. So,
Yeah.
So he knows that there's at least 2 others that are alive, and then there's what's the fire guy? What's his actual talk about Crisis? I'll talk about Crisis as well. And that he's a new addition to the team and just seems willing to go along with the mission. It just was an added body, to the team.
I just love that description. You're like,
Yeah.
they're effed up, man.
See how well,
They killed all these people. One of them's unnaturally alive.
That's the best I can do. I don't know what else to tell you guys.
No, that's funny. I like it.
So,
Just psychopaths.
yeah.
So no, I'm good.
Cool. Okay. Well, that information will at least help me. Okay, well, if there's nothing else, go and arm up, rest. They were at a casino, they got great food. They get off-world food.
Ooh.
Interesting.
They don't have trees, though. So, if you want a tree, got a tree out there. But yeah, rest up and we'll get back to it and we'll try to make this as quick as possible. If you don't need 3 days, don't use it.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll go tell Phoebe everything. Tell her that we're working on getting a tech priest engine seer that we can trust as part of our crew. And if she doesn't like him, you let me know and I'll tell Malin.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah,
Yeah, she'll respond with it. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen any kind of decency around here. I appreciate that. Choo-Choo's pissed that he made him leave the grot races. He keeps asking about gambling and
No,
what money is.
please don't let him.
You'd probably be really good at it.
Just because no one wants to make him mad.
Yeah, you did it. You won.
Cool.
Spoiled toddler.
Oh, sorry.
I'll go ahead and transition
Do
for a
it.
little
There
bit
was
here.
some banana in your chair.
What were you talking about?
It's not a random question, but I don't want to break your flow. It's completely side note, but there's demons and stuff on this planet. We know that. Do Admech people deal with demons very often? Do they even care about demons? There's just obnoxious.
Yeah, they care about it just as much as heretics and xenos.
Alright.
In fact, there are whole forgeworlds dedicated to fighting demons.
So I was always
They're like robot
Yeah.
people.
And actually,
Because-
there's an alternate rank called the Texorcist. That
what?
I can take it for for Thaddeus, and actually it would be a special mecha dendrite. I've really been thinking about it actually. The special mecha dendrite that interfaces with chaos machinery and deciphers it without getting tainted by it, and he can shut it down.
Holy
Titus
crap.
And if you remove this device, because it's a heretical device that he has, because it interfaces with chaos stuff. If you interface with it and stuff, it's like it stores all the data like by itself, and then Thaddeus can interface with it at will. But then if you remove that mecha dendrite from him, it wipes everything clean, even the technology that's contained within it. So you wouldn't be able to just be like, well, now I'm a tank resistant.
Oh,
That's
really rad.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure because like demons mess with like humans' emotions and stuff basically.
That's
So,
right.
like, couldn't the Emic be like, I have no emotions anymore?
They have souls though.
They would have other things to mess
Yeah.
with.
That's true, I guess.
It'd make them rust up.
Oh, just rude.
That's inconvenient.
All right, that was all.
What would you like to do the first night?
Oh, you're telling me.
Just for a second. There was one more
The
thing.
first night I would meet up with the arms master and see if, first of all, if I can swap out my primary shoulder mount with a hotshot las gun mount instead.
Okay.
And then I'd also talk to him about making sure that the ship and Phoebe and Choo-Choo are kitted out with what they need as well.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Does Choo-Choo get some clothes?
Yeah, Choo-Choo's gonna get some new clothes. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get.
He's a fancy ogre now.
He was already tatted up. He looked like a
Oh, he got a sleeve because he was in the Underhive, so he wasn't part of the Imperial Guard for a while, and so he got a sleeve tattoo. He became hard. So now he's gonna get another tattoo. This one's gonna be like on his face.
No.
Okay, he's gonna get a chest tat.
Okay,
That's
that's better.
It's gonna be
Still
a
gross.
nest of snakes.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
it's gonna be a rat king.
Anyway,
Yes.
yeah, we can go over the.
His tattoo is like Choo-Choo, but like animated really big inside the gun cutter, like as like he's riding it like a kid's toy.
Actually, that's amazing. Yeah, Choo-Choo's decided he likes flying.
Red and yellow cars that little kids have.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the front.
Rats are like the
That's
worst
amazing.
thing ever.
My brain actually thought of like one of those like rat fake tattoos where it's always like the big rat guy like on the hot rod, but it's like him and Valkyrie.
And he's gonna have a giant last cannon like as a club.
I don't know, that's just funny.
I
Whatever.
just like
Yeah, we'll go over the financial exchange after. And we'll say that you've come back to Alan's place. And as everyone's kind of settling down, he pulls you up to the side and he's like, so I've been thinking about things that you were saying with the Psychers. And I wanted to share some knowledge with you that I've gained in my travels and something that I've been counting on in my search to find nascent Psychers and stuff as well.
Okay.
Are you interested?
Sure.
Cool. So he starts passing some knowledge and stuff on to you, and he teaches you the talent resistance, in parentheses, psychic powers.
Whoa! Wait, do we ever figure out what that actually does?
So he can essentially, like, I think it's, we'll figure it out. I know it's an actual skill.
Yeah,
Let me look it up, actually.
because I
think
I could get that one. I was like, I don't know what it does.
it's like
Yeah, it's a weird one.
I think it's only for like
I thought it was for like the mental based ones, not like a physical attack. Like
right.
psychic attack hits you, it's not gonna be like, that doesn't hurt me.
I resist it. And everyone else in half, but I'm fine.
Oh, it's probably not in the main book.
No, yeah, I'm looking through the Inquisitor's Handbook right now.
Because in the main book it just says resist. I think as a general skill.
Well, so when it's resistance cold, you get a plus 10 bonus to resist cold with a toughness test. So I think resistance psychic powers would be essentially you get a plus 10 to a willpower test to avoid the effects of a psychic power.
That's very cool.
But I do not.
Where to go?
Yeah, I'll look that up later, but I'll give you
Oh,
that.
right here. It says it under resistance. Talent groups, cold, fear, heat, poisons, psychic powers.
Yeah,
So
you know, just a
it's plus 10 bonus against psychic powers.
There you go.
Cool. So I was kind of right.
So it just says all psychic powers, right?
Well,
It just has psychic powers.
And then so I think when you don't have resistant psychic powers, if somebody casts a psychic power at you, you're just succumbing to it.
right.
But
Yeah,
this
it looks like
resistant.
this would be
It's like resistance.
Is it an automatic plus 10 resistance kind of
that's
thing?
what it says. You gain a plus 10
Yeah.
bonus for making a test to resist or avoid the object of your resistance. So I suppose if the psychic power like shot an arrow at you, you wouldn't be able to resist it. But if they were trying to like, you know, read your mind, coerce you to do something, or like, I don't know, like telekinesis you across the room or something, you'd probably be able to use it.
Probably be
So,
able to resist.
as long as it's all the psychic power that's doing it. So,
I would almost say even if somebody rolled damage for a psychic power, I wonder if that would be reduced by 10.
10 damage?
If you were like, fire into your face, I wonder. I don't know about that one. Because that way, like you're not doing a willpower test to resist that psychic power all the way, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'll think on it.
Yep.
I like it.
I want to be fair, but not ridiculous. Cool.
Well, I have the training for the las gun, which is why the upgrade is on there, and then I have some other stuff that goes with that as well.
I'm trying to look at it, see what it does.
For the weapons on your shoulders and stuff. What other weapon trainings do you have?
Oh, or avoid.
I have the basic weapon training.
So I imagine like
For my
maybe
sword.
It's like however you
Okay.
avoid it. Like
So I have,
'cause
for the
I
mono
can't
ritual
imagine,
blade, I
like,
have that training, and I have pistol training for las and standard
That would
pistol,
make you like more money.
So what I'm gonna do?
and I also have the basic
Yeah.
weapon training las.
That's funny.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transition to. I'm gonna transition to another part in the session,
Yeah, you should.
and let's go ahead and have you work on like leveling up because I think you're sitting on a bunch of XP now, right?
Well, yeah, now that I have the new stuff we were just talking about, but I've already predetermined some of it.
Okay. Because I was gonna say if you wanted to look up alternate ranks, you could sub out something on rank 4 if you wanted, or something else. And the cool thing is, if you do take an alternate rank and you want something in the old rank, it's just 50 more XP. And it specifies that in the book, and I think that's stupid and ridiculous. But, so, yeah, if you're interested, but yeah, go ahead and try and get like fully leveled before the end. Okay, so Titus.
Careful.
Titus?
Titus.
Don't die.
You wanted to sit tight, see how things with the Inquisitor.
Hey. Can I ask? Wait, am I already sitting tight? I just thought of like one random thing that I wanted to bring up from what we saw in the notes previously.
Yeah, what's up?
When we were looking at the stasis memory clone garbage, was it just files on me, or were there other people that had files on?
I thought it was all team.
Do you have clones of all of you?
Oh,
That would be real bad.
dun dun dun.
I'm gonna do that.
Then I could
Well, and
have,
also, does he have clones of my sister?
I could have my own leg though.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, we could just farm body parts.
Yeah.
Wow, that got really dark.
Oh, this is true,
Or
though.
really light.
What? You seen that? They had a movie about that.
Yeah, he definitely
It's
like
like an island.
he has extensive files on you, and I would say his files on the team are stored in a different spot.
What about my sister? Does he have long versions of her based off what I did back in the day?
You're sure he's probably got something, but everything has code names on it, like little Project Nightfall, like all this stuff.
Yeah, what the heck is that? That's the most ominous one you gave me.
I know. Well, now you're asleep and sedated.
Okay.
So now you just don't know. But you know that Thaddeus is aware currently, and he's doing his things.
Interesting.
Who sedated you?
Thaddeus.
Yeah, he put me back in there.
Oh, because what's his face is coming?
We're gonna try and make him not leave.
Okay. And then the only war team, they've reached the Trent District Medical Outpost and are receiving intensive medical care.
Yay.
And I'm gonna go over stuff later on that.
Cool.
And so yeah, we'll go down to the main caverns where you guys are at.
Okay. What? No, like nothing.
So, I believe you guys, had you left yet? Had you kept going?
No.
We were trying to figure out what to do with Thaddeus.
What?
Titus.
Yeah, you guys were talking about me all creepily.
Trying to feel like we should kill him now or kill him later.
That's right.
Didn't we? Like, there was
No, I touched. I have a mercy blade with an aquila on it, and I touched him.
Oh, yeah.
Demon me.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out like what happened.
Where are you?
That's where we stopped.
That is where we stopped. I do. We were still processing.
Okay. Well, so we're gonna say that whatever you guys do, you need to rest.
Yeah.
Please.
So
About
I'm gonna say that smoke and light and stuff like that have kind of become an issue, so it's not really feasible for you to stay at this outpost.
Mm-hmm.
Too smoky.
that was gonna kill us.
And I think everybody can walk and do their things now because enough healing has happened.
Yeah.
Did you guys want to continue on your bikes to the next outpost?
We might as well.
Or do you want to stop like part way and rest?
Let's just go to the
Do
next.
these bikes have like rations and stuff in them?
Do a search test.
I will.
Oh. Do you want help?
I searched it
Oh.
very successfully.
Successfully.
Successful surgery.
Every bike has
Occasion.
2 weeks of rations in it.
Oh,
Jeez.
I want some because ours are good, but I don't know that.
Oh, ours are. Did I make him bad?
Yeah.
Forever ago, and we haven't looked.
We just don't eat.
But I would say that you guys are hungry enough to have a meal, so maybe this is why you're checking. So you guys go to eat your rations and just like, what the heck? Like this is literally like forge pressed distilled food that is rotten and it's supposed to be good for the next 100 years.
Nobody
So-
knows.
I'm gonna reach the point where you're gonna start getting blamed for stuff that
Bad
isn't your fault.
batch.
Guess you just had a bad batch.
Wah, wah.
Talia's sniffing it. She's like, this is unnaturally tainted. It is not good for us to carry it. Discard your rations.
I threw mine away a long time ago.
And then you stole all the stuff in Cascade's closet.
You're a monster.
So now you guys have rations. Cool.
Yay.
All right, let's eat some and then just keep going.
Yeah.
Did anyone else need any more medical advice?
I mean,
Is anyone fatigued or anything?
no,
I'm
but
actually-
Faxian shot me in the face.
Are you fatigued?
Not anymore.
Oh, good.
I got healed with all of it. I just slipped.
Cool.
Fix my face.
Cool. So as you guys are going down this cave, this tunnel, you notice that there's actually some, like, your headlights are revealing damages and stuff like that. There's like a partial cave collapse that you guys are working your way around, and actually the technologies of the Adeptus Mechanicus that are causing this river to flow backwards uphill are partially affecting like some of the rocks and stuff around here. So you get into this area and stuff's like floating around all funky, and then falling on the ground and rolling downhill and picking back up. And it's all done. But after that, you see a second outpost.
Oh, well.
Can I, never mind.
Tread carefully, quietly. There could be trouble.
Not very quiet.
Shh.
No, like,
No, I get what you're
don't,
saying.
you
but-
go ahead.
Stop yelling.
What are we doing?
I miss Philip.
You willingly got rid of your
I didn't kill Philip.
You
The
did.
robot killed Philip. And I was just like, okay.
Do an intelligence test to see if you remember Philip.
Oh.
See if that memory transition.
Never mind.
You're like, I miss.
He doesn't miss Phyllis.
Someone.
Who's
I
Phyllis?
feel like I miss
The war.
Cheetos.
How bad did you fail?
You rolled a 78.
16 points.
You say, I miss that servo skull.
What servo skull?
The one.
Philip?
The one that was in the thing.
All right.
That thing, yeah. Anyways.
Intelligence test. I'll give you a +20.
You will? Dang, I still failed by 3. I'm just going to use one of my fate points. Oh my gosh, I failed way worse. That was a mistake.
We'll see.
Why are you doing
I
that?
failed and I missed the alternate crit by 1.
Oh, what's the alternate?
Yeah,
Nine.
he had an 89 over here too.
Gosh.
You don't want to ask what I pick one?
I mean,
What are we even rolling for?
I guess I can spend a
Jeez, this wasn't
As well.
How did you roll worse?
Nobody,
That's what I did.
nobody remembers Philip. He's
Alright.
a
Yeah.
figment of our
I guess you
imagination.
guys aren't really thinking this is odd. That's fine.
Oh, I see.
So it basically, if you would have passed that, like, he was tore up over Philip. Like, not. I mean, you kind of sent him to his death fine, but you loved Philip.
I did love Philip.
I already
With a
know
passion.
something's wrong with you. I just am putting
All
this.
right. So
He's like, you're weird.
Yeah.
it's nap time. Do you want to make sure everybody's good with your work powers?
Do it. I dare you.
Okay.
So you just
Take
rolled
it.
really bad.
Yeah, I got it. No 9.
Yeah.
What does he sense?
Is this
Nothing.
outpost is deserted too? They just have a bunch of deserted outposts?
So
Is
you
there
guys go.
dessert
Are
in
you
the-
wanting to explore it?
Yeah.
You guys go in and there was actually some cooking that had been going on. Stuff like burners and stuff were shut off, but food was on the stove and whatnot. And it looks like freshly left, but like a while ago. You're starting to think about those bikers that came
It's
through.
probably their outpost.
Well, they're all dead.
They probably have some beds around here.
Is there any, like, is there like a communications room or something?
I don't know, but you hear a sound from upstairs. So it's like this weird scraping noise.
I don't like that.
Oh, yeah, there's one presence in there.
Yeah.
I was like, what is it? I'm gonna say there's
Nothing's here. You hear a weird scraping noise.
I did a bad thing. I'm sorry.
there's something there's only one person here.
It feels weird.
They're
Is
upstairs.
it a person?
I'm not entirely.
Does
Does it feel like any of the what are those called? Yeah. Does it feel neophyte-y or just
Familiar.
yeah? I
In
think
a ethereal way or a physical way?
Physical.
Eh,
Potentially.
You want me to just like
You-
get it?
yeah. Go get it.
Wait, just point. Tell me when I'm
What kind of gun do you have?
the gun built into my arm. It's not great, but
Is that gun in your arm still?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say I think this might. We should probably look at it because if it's big, that might just make it mad.
That's why I want to do it from down here.
This feels
Fair.
bad.
You go up then.
All right. Yeah. Can I just point at it? I'll be like, right there.
It's like move my arm.
Stop.
Oh, they played during Ghost.
All right.
No.
This
So you
is
wanna
how
do-
you aim.
You don't know. I'm gonna shoot where he tells me to point at the.
Is this an assisted
All right,
ballistics?
so- Nothing happens.
Huh? It usually works.
Really?
Really?
Let's see. I'm gonna look at it. I have sense mechanism.
Oh gosh.
Ah.
You die.
A 5.
No mechanisms.
Yeah. Yeah. This looks like it's not working right now.
All right, well,
Why don't you take
Plan
Breck?
B.
Yeah, go upstairs.
Breck? What did you call it?
His name is Brooke.
Why do you call it Brumby or something?
Good. His name is Brooke because that's the name of the dude who owned it.
I know it.
All right, I'm gonna go upstairs.
Cool.
While he's going upstairs, I'm just gonna tell everyone else, be like, this dude, he's made from a demon. I'm just gonna spill it. I'll be like, I think we should just, while he's up there,
Cascade's like, what?
Oh gosh.
there's,
You like see your eyes just red.
when I got blown to smithereens, I had this weird experience, and I thought I was just in a lot of pain, and so I thought I was having just like a, I don't know, a near-death experience where I saw like my worst nightmare. But I saw Titus's dead body, and this demonic presence went in it, and then Titus shows up fine. And I don't know, his presence in the warp feels kind of funny. So I think that while he goes up there to fight whatever it is, he should just blow this building up.
Do it.
So Talia rolls sense presence and failed it. How do you fail that?
Wait.
Wait. What's the warp value? Because I rolled a 6 and her warp power is 40.
Oh, yeah, she gets
She
it.
should pass. I think it's only like a
Yeah, the
7 or
warp,
something.
it's really low.
Oh, okay.
So she,
I don't have it.
I don't either, but I
Where did I
think
put it?
saved it in my
in your
fancy
books.
psychic page,
Yeah,
which apparently I can't find either now.
I know.
Talia's like, you know,
Oh wait.
I don't sense anything within him, but I agree. His
It's-
return.
It's a 7, yeah, you would get it.
Cool. Yeah, Talia's like, I don't sense anything unnatural there, but I know that
Oh, there it is.
the way that he came back to us was extremely unnatural.
We already know he was a clone, and then the clone blew up, and then he's been reanimated by some evil dark being.
Better. That would be weird. Keep going.
And I don't know, I was already kind of iffy about letting him come with us when he was a clone, because we didn't know what that was all about. But I mean, now he's like, whoever had control or had given him a mission before as clone Titus, like, they probably don't have control of him anymore, and he's under control or the influence by a demon. And I think that's not something we should be okay with. At least I'm not okay with that, because I love the God Emperor.
I don't know about you guys. You
Cascade's like, hey man, actually, cool. So you get up to the top of these stairs and there's a door there.
want to kick it in.
Is that what you just did?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you kick the door open, and there's this giant 8-foot-tall lumbering brute that it has this giant thick collar around his neck and this chain that's dragging along the ground that's secured on this stone pillar. It's like rising up in the corner of the room. And he turns around and he looks at you and like his eyes are glowing yellow and his face has this kind of crack through it. It looks like there's another face like looking out the side of his head.
Oh!
And he's got this big like long tongue that like connects to another tongue and like he's got another arm coming out of his forearm and he's just like freaking huge and he looks at you and goes, "Bah!"
Let me fix that for you.
Alright, do an initiative test.
Dang it, I'm bad at these.
He's slow, you're not.
I rolled a 10 total.
I rolled a 9.
Oh!
Very slow battle.
You're carrying a big weapon. and
Alright, are you doing all out or what are you doing here?
So I'm gonna use my full turn to do a swift attack. Try to smack him twice. So, and then just bring it back into him.
Okay.
And I think I have to do all out attack to do that. Yeah, because of the hammer thing.
Well, it's not an all out, it's just a full. You still get your reaction.
Okay.
There you go.
So
Is your
Oh!
I turn him on my.
I wasn't sure. I wanted to know.
Oh
You
man,
have to
check that
specify.
out.
So I hit him with
Now
the
roll
first
the
one.
next.
The next one, I did not hit him with the second one because I rolled a 63 with that.
Fail.
Sure.
Oh
Now I
man.
hit him with both.
All right.
All right. Let me.
I rolled an 85 to dodge, so nothing there. And the second one, I rolled a 68, so nothing there.
All right. Where's my stats for this crazy thing? All right. First one. This weapon does 2d10 plus 5 with 8 pen. And I rolled a 10.
Oh.
This dude's gonna explode in about 2 seconds. Because with his crazy unstable ability of this hammer, when I roll a 10, it doubles all the damage.
Oh my gosh.
So it's
Roll that again.
So it's 18.
Well, so you got to roll the d10 to see the effect, and then roll your damage. Or did I specify otherwise?
You said like if he rolls the 10.
If I roll a 10, it doubles damage, and if I roll a 1, it halves the damage.
Sure.
I could change it. You want me to roll just one first to see how it goes?
No, let's keep going.
Alright, fair.
This is fun.
Alright, so it's 18 so far, plus another 6 is 24, plus 5 is 31. Doubled would be 62 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Cool. So he's toughness 60 with a natural toughness times 3.
That'd be 18 off of that.
18 off of that. And
Oh yeah, that's still.
he's got unnatural armor 4.
2 off that, so it's still 40 damage. So
Oh
far.
my gosh.
Still 40?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, you rolled it. So this freaking, when you hit him, the hammer's just like, boom, and you literally, like, meat pie him against the wall.
Does the house shake?
This is like a smash captain hitting an abdomen, by the way. Yeah, the whole house shakes.
Is this the first time you've actually been able to use your hammer for real?
Like the first time.
Well, we fought,
For real.
but this is the first, like, I'm gonna kill someone with it.
What do you want to do with the second blow? You want to just hit the floor, or just because you were like swinging at it, or what? I don't know.
That's true, I just went straight through him, and then I think I would
Well,
start to swing back and be like,
we'll cancel it. I was curious what your total damage would have been.
Just.
like 13 more.
Oh.
So, when it actually wouldn't even touch me.
All right. So yeah, you guys are like downstairs, and you hear that roar, like that inhuman roar, and then just goof, and this concussive blast like just shakes the dust off the whole building.
I'm gonna come back down covered in meat pie.
You
Oh.
are covered in meat.
What color is it?
Yellow.
Probably just red. Because they took from the human seed. I like blue for some reason.
I also like
Blue
blue.
feels good.
My shining white and silver armor is covered in a nice blue layer of
The
blue.
abdominant's unnatural, so we'll just blue it up.
I'm just gonna have my hammer.
So yeah, he comes down the stairs and just, what are you guys doing?
I found a friend.
That fight did not take as long as you needed.
I know.
What are we doing? You wanted to blow the. I think we're probably just still talking.
Yeah, I thought we were still talking. Dude, after that, it was before the concussive
Is
blast.
this like a huge awkward silence? Like you guys are in the middle of conspiring, he just comes back down.
Well, yes, because A, it didn't take very long. B, it was noisy, and then it wasn't. And C, he's covered in blue goo.
I was like, what did you do?
Well, I met a friend.
You killed it in like 2 seconds.
Cascade's like,
There was a very large boy up there, and he was very gross. And then I made him a little grosser.
well, are we all in agreement?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Do you have scrutiny?
He says, what are we
I do have scrutiny plus 10.
Go ahead and do a scrutiny test.
I passed. You're all looking at me.
We will roll standard initiative.
Oh.
What if I had.
What? I don't want to fight him.
You all agreed.
I didn't say
Just
anything.
don't-
I agreed by omission, I guess. I don't care. It's fine.
Yeah, roll
You
initiative.
know that Crisis would agree.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would already be in it.
Oh, dang.
Plus
I only
toughness?
rolled a 6.
What is it?
Plus your agility.
I'm gonna go before that battle starts because I'll end up sitting there listening.
11.
Did you,
Ooh, I would.
Did you end up leveling it all?
I did a little bit, but I'm gonna put it all into one of the new sheets. So
Cool.
It's the patch, or if it's
Did you get that email I sent you with the writable? Does it work?
extra, I want extra.
I haven't opened it yet, but I literally looked at it today. So
Okay.
like I haven't like
Well, I don't
downloaded
have
it.
the extra.
Tried to do everything.
With the willpower?
Yeah, let me know how that works.
For willpower.
And if
Well,
not,
that's that you add.
I can bring a
my
flash
willpower
drive Friday
dice
that has it on
to
it.
actually do the toughness.
Oh yeah, no,
So
I think the transfer went okay. Cool.
Cool.
All right, guys, I'll see you next time.
Yes,
All right,
Happy
see ya.
birthday, buddy.
Yeah, I mean,
Is-
you guys get done, you wanna come hang out?
Is it your birthday today?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Happy birthday, dude.
Go and have a feed and stuff.
Bye-bye. So I rolled a 6, but I think on principle, I want to go. I think if I do, might just be like, y'all are staring at me kind of funny.
You see this glint in everybody's eye, like
It's never a good sign when everyone's looking at you in the room.
a decision's been made. So actually, I'm curious. Instead of doing that, why not? Like, how do you want to react? Because,
Because I think
I don't know.
I'm Titus, and there's nothing else weird about me as far as I know. So like, I probably wouldn't expect them all to immediately murder me for any reason.
Yeah, you legitimately think you're Titus?
So I think I don't think even with scrutiny, I would.
It definitely wasn't.
I wouldn't be ready.
Celebratory look, like they're not happy for you.
Well, I rolled a 6 total on my agility, so I'm probably going
Okay. What's your total?
6 total.
Oh gosh. So I rolled with Cascade, and I got 11.
I also got 11.
You and I need to roll. Wait.
Yeah, I got a 10. I didn't do.
Okay.
It like stopped at 8 and then it rolled to 2.
God.
That's like, okay.
8. Okay, so Joss, it's the first round,
Ooh.
and actually it won't be the first round, but that's okay.
Oh, goodness.
I'm gonna do.
Just also real quick, like,
We are at the first.
I also would like to use Test of Faith, and I think the Passion.
Can you make it so the test of
Whichever
faith
one is
doesn't
the
apply to
willpower
Titus?
I assume she gets to pick who gets it just in general.
Well, at this point, you're the enemy, so you're no longer on our team. So it's my team.
I think
It's your active.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I think that totally makes sense.
Yeah, so it's because we're opposing you, I am not including you in that.
But I feel so invigorated from your energy.
I need Liara's character sheet.
But yeah, it's whichever one the willpower one is. I can't remember if that's Spirit of the Martyr or the Passion.
So your willpower will count for your toughness as well.
That's very smart.
Oh, okay, then that one, not the Passion.
I got you. Cool. It's been a long time since I needed Liara's character
That was
sheet.
literally since the pre-campaign, right?
Probably. In this world, yeah.
Oh, there's Ava's sheet.
I have a question. I don't know if this ruins like any of your plans for Demon Titus, but like because he passed that scrutiny test, if there was any sort of demonic influence, would that like kick in to be like, all right, like time to kill these folks?
They'll figure it out.
Oh no.
I have a weird.
I just learned something about the space powers. It's sad.
What?
Every time you use it, a baby
It's equal to the number of people as your willpower bonus, right?
gets
That's
adopted.
my fellowship bonus.
What's that?
It applies to up to the number of my fellowship bonus. So this is only applicable for 3 people.
Well, there's a door, a business service everywhere, so we'll just say it's been covered.
Neat. I was like,
They synergize with you.
Wow, wow.
Oh, yeah.
reduces impacts and rending damage. In addition, all critical damage suffered is reduced by 1. Oh. So if you guys get into critical damage, take 1 point off. By the way.
I already take half.
All right.
Critical damage.
Liara,
You can't. Murder me that easily.
Watch us.
And I'm actually pretty sure about to get squished.
Liara has her fans, and she's gonna do a little agility test. She passes to do a silent movement up right behind you, and she's gonna go right for the head and try to slit your throat with her fans.
Oh, hey.
I rolled the alternate crit.
What?
Does it apply to your person? Oh yeah.
As a PC, yeah.
It does.
I have.
Oh,
Assuming I can't dodge that.
I think that was like a sneak attack. Well, do a perception test to see if you
That's
notice.
so funny. We're all in the
Oh,
same room, and you're just coming down the stairs, and she just sneaks behind you.
Oh, I shoot perfect.
Wait, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 68.
No, that's a. Oh, that is a 6.
68.
I keep thinking you roll crits when you roll 6 because of the blue.
I got 11. I got 14 damage with 6 pen.
So my power armor has 7.
Yep.
So 1
11 damage.
plus 6 toughness. So
Holy
I'm
crap.
resisting 6 of it. And how much did you say was total?
So he said it was 13 with 6 punch?
Yeah.
No, it was 14 with 6 pen.
So I'm gonna get hit for 8.
That's
That was a pretty good hit.
yeah.
I'm loaded. Not to
I would have done like the whole flurry of stuff, but I needed that move to get over there. All right, Joss. Yeah, you see Liard's. And it was the back of your neck, by the way.
Oh, the nap.
Oh,
Nate.
the nap.
Not the nape. That's what he screams. My nape.
I would.
Just wanna
I hit
use
power armor, so I'm
things.
like, I can't even reach back there.
So I want to.
Justice screams, "Die, Snake!"
I really want to use
I never got my snake tattoo.
my eviscerator.
Yeah, you got it.
I was planning on doing it, so
Okay, what do you want to do?
Really?
I was part of their family.
Can I swift attack with that, or okay? I wasn't sure because it's.
Do you have lightning attack yet?
Of course.
Do,
Yeah.
do the 3 one.
Oh yeah, lightning attack.
What kind of sword do you have?
An eviscerator.
Ooh.
I have my big chain sword.
Or are you gonna punch it?
It's the first time I've gotten to use it, so
Ooh.
sorry, but I'm excited. Let me use it.
You gonna dodge it?
I don't think I can.
Ah.
Wait, are you doing? Oh, yeah, you don't get the bonuses. So roll for the other 2.
Whoosh.
It's a little heavy. I get that one. And I really get that one.
So it's in
So
the
I can-
stomach, then
Twice.
the shoulder, I think.
Are you
Do
gonna
you want to dodge one of them?
Can I dodge? I tried to dodge.
You can see hers coming. It's not a sneak attack. She was standing right in front of you.
I mean, I should. Yeah, I dodged.
Oh.
But only one of them.
Mhm.
So I can
Mine's
still-
like
Hit
2
1d10
degrees.
plus 10 rending
Check
penetration.
it out.
What is plus 10 R? That means plus 10 rending?
Yeah.
So do you roll 2 dice for the damage?
Is that what I do? I thought that was
Is it
just.
a 2d10 or is it tearing? Because tearing you roll 2.
That's
it's just
tearing.
higher.
Oh, this is random.
This one doesn't
But
have. Oh,
tearing
it does
is-
have tearing. I'm a
Yeah,
liar.
tearing is better.
My bad.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Reroll.
Leave me alone.
Of course.
Leave me alone.
So 6.
Remember to add your strength bonus.
Yes. Oh, my strength bonus is more now. 10.
Your strength bonus is 10?
No.
Oh, jeez, that was terrible. She's hulking out.
That'd be amazing. No, my strength bonus is 4 now instead of 3. So it's 10 total, and it's 5 pen and 10 rending, whatever that does.
So, wait, do you say 10 pen?
5.
5
Oh,
pen.
so I get 2 of my armor
10
and my 5
rending.
toughness.
What's rending do?
It's just the type of
Yeah,
damage.
it's just 5 damage.
So when I get critical, it goes based off that. 3 of it went through. I'm
Not as satisfying.
still okay, but less than before.
And now it's you.
Pretty sure Deco can murder my brain with his brain.
Wait, did you put your fake Titus at full wounds before this, or no?
I count up, so I had 4 from when Faxian attacked me,
Oh.
so I was a little injured.
Do we restart wounds every round or no? Every session? No. Okay.
So I was a little injured before this. Now I am almost very, very injured. And I'm pretty sure it's about to
Get those 4 wounds back from Faxian.
Why?
Because last time.
I have.
Because you were oh wait, that was after the demon resurrection.
Yeah, I have curiosities. Continue.
Yeah.
Well, there's like a long shot idea in my brain.
It's not my. Is it my turn or is it Cascade's turn?
Oh no, Cascade's
No,
over
it's your
down
turn.
here.
Oh really?
Don't let Cascade play. She's the first one I'm hitting. I don't like her.
That's true.
She's the most sisterly of the sisters.
I rolled 2 9s.
Oh!
Did you psychic powers?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
You rolled and it makes a 99, which is even more ominous.
That's pretty hilarious.
Do you,
Super funny.
So curious, would you like to re-roll one of those if you want, or do you?
Oh
want
yeah,
to
you could
start
use
with
your fate point.
I'll re-roll 1.
Well, can't you reroll?
it? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Can't you reroll both of them if you use a fate point? Can you just reroll the roll?
Can I re-roll the roll?
You can.
I'll use my last fate point for that. All right, here we go.
Right.
Oh, nice. That's way
Oh,
better.
it's way better.
Yeah. And I rolled a 10. So I roll like a.
It's like a 20 or something.
It's with my like psychic bonuses or whatever. It's a 31.
Yeah,
So I use a half action just to summon 2 psychic blades on one
oh
hand,
no.
and I just
They're
Can you summon 2?
yeah,
Or is it one turn?
because it's overbleed. Because the power only takes
Like a
19.
billion. 2 psychic blades. What are they gonna do to me?
Oh yeah, I have to roll and have to get under my willpower to hit you.
One time, 99. That's not good enough. He's so willful.
He went swing, and then that was it.
Oh no, he passed. Did he pass?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he passed. He got it.
To hit you though?
Yeah. He has to roll under his willpower. His willpower is crazy.
It's not still a weapon skill.
It's
Because he's
it's a
attacking with
willpower.
his brain.
It's a psychic blade.
With mind bullets.
Get me.
That's
Can you
what
dodge?
needs this kind
Oh, is his reaction gone from that one?
I actually did a successful dodge even, so yeah, I've dodged my one attack. Getting teamed up in this game, never bad.
I'm so sorry.
It's
No,
like
I'm not.
every time I play Betrayal.
You might. I love it. You might not kill me.
In the trailer.
I'm pretty sure this is gonna kill you, buddy. I'm sorry.
You might not kill me.
Okay.
You did?
You don't know yet.
I mean,
me
it's
pull
true.
it
You
up.
might not die.
I'll just take half damage from it.
Okay, it's 1d10 rending damage plus 2 damage per point of my willpower, and then
He might
penetration
slice your
equal.
head off.
So the first one, 3 plus 14, so 17 with 14 pen.
So that does 9. Because all my armor doesn't do.
Is this energy?
It's rending.
So I take half of the critical. So it'd only be 1 critical damage so
So
far.
there you go.
I have 1 critical damage.
And this one is 6, so 20 with 14 pen.
Funnily enough, I'm only at 8 critical damage, but I'm pretty sure that's still like mid. But I did not go over 10.
What did you roll for the hit on that one? Like, where did you hit?
It was like a 50 something, so I think it was body.
Yeah.
Actually, a 50
52.
is the body.
Yeah.
It's the body. With a vile tearing noise, the skin and armor in the target's chest comes away, revealing a red rune of muscle. The target must make a toughness test or die.
Yeah. Oh, I super passed.
Holy
4.
crap.
Wow. Okay.
I want you to be able to go
My dying breath. I don't know. Timer or someone.
Cascade at this point has stuff.
No. Cascade's a nerd.
Cascades.
She's just watching.
This is your dying breath. Cascades. A nerd.
She steps forward and she says, "In the name of the Holy God Emperor, I condemn you to hell." She shoots you in the face with a bolt pistol.
Oh shit.
And we're gonna coup de grace and
Yeah.
die. But
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, here comes the devil.
No, like. I'm curious.
you become
Oh my gosh.
No, no, no.
I get to roll
My
for something
gosh.
cool.
No, you're gonna become the devil.
You
I
really
see
probably
it.
should have just let him stay in this form. Oh well, live and learn.
I was just like, what's gonna happen is we're gonna be fighting these xenos, and as soon as we're like susceptible, this demon's gonna be like, all right, kill him.
Ah.
And you're gonna. I thought.
what?
Yes.
Thirsty is
Fake Tyson damage. Yeah, fake
Dream.
Tyson.
I feel like my damage
Erase
should have been way
yourself.
more than
You want
it
to borrow
was.
mine?
Yeah.
Shing.
Very. This was brand new.
Brand
Like,
new
am I
erasers
supposed to
are
add
never
10
like
to that?
What?
that great.
But it's like not erasing even. It was just like I'm just gonna make everything brand.
Oh yeah. D10 plus 10.
Oh, so then I definitely did way
Yeah.
more damage to him than I said I did.
Well,
Oh well.
I was like, that sounds.
Do you remember, did you ever do that when you were a kid when your eraser
Yeah,
got
that's
dirty?
why I
You just
was
wrote
like,
on the
that's
carpet?
super
I
low
never
for
did that, but it worked for
giant
you.
All right.
sword.
All right, here we go.
Right, right.
The lights flicker.
Oh shoot!
There's the salt in the iron.
Liquid.
Ghost?
Open liquid in the room. There was food cooking and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Falls upward and drops and pools along the ceiling.
Oh sweet merciful! Oh yuck! Oh you're
You see Titus's like inner flesh and stuff slightly like moving back together a little bit, and he has this glow that starts to come forth like inner fire.
Holy
His eyes and stuff change, and he gets this like big grin,
hell.
and you can hear cracking noises, and his limbs elongate a little bit. And as the chest plate of his armor had busted, he's only wearing power legs at this point, and they're useless. Like you kind of rise up like they're just normal because you're strong, and these wings like come out of your back.
What kind of wings? What do they look like?
They're big, leathery, fleshy wings.
You're a bat.
Fatty.
And his teeth elongate into natural fang.
I am a vampire.
You have a fear rating 4,
Holy balls!
but Cascade negates fear.
Yeah, she just doesn't let people get scared.
Oh, thank goodness!
Yeah.
Fear rating 4. Dude, take like a negative 40 willpower test or something ridiculous.
I would have been very lucky if I passed that.
I have hatred demons.
I've just got hatred mutants.
That's good.
That's supposed to be my name?
That's a funny story.
Because that's terrifying if that's true.
So this demon host is named Deco.
Yeah. What?
But here's the thing. I did that back in 2007.
Can we just say that's the name?
Oh no.
Share a name with a demon.
That would be pretty scary. I don't know what that would do, but I would be like, ah!
It would be like the
Yeah.
end of
I'll allow
Batman vs Superman. Your mom's name is Martha? My mom's
So-
name is Martha.
Would I still be using my hammer or?
Oh shoot.
You can have the hammer.
Somebody pick up the hammer.
I don't know if you care,
I mean,
but I have 2 more people to go with.
I have rapid reaction, so
Me
nothing
too.
surprises me.
Yeah.
So like, I could go run and get the hammer.
I never dropped
at
it.
some point. I don't. How did you not?
That's so gross.
Who said I
I'm
would
just,
drop?
I'm just thinking
Well,
about
you
everything
died.
we did
Like,
to
how
you.
do you know you didn't?
In like
You don't drop things when you die.
in like 12 seconds, you just got wrecked, and like she blew your head off, and then you just.
Well, but like in that head blowing off, like wouldn't your hammer just be like, ah, you know?
I don't know.
No.
I'm so
Yeah.
terrified
That was
of
the-
your hammer.
Okay, also. Freaking.
Can I see that?
You can't see it.
Let me
It's a secret.
see.
No, because
I'm good.
we'll know his like wounds and stuff.
Oh, I just wanted to
Actually, where
see.
is that?
What do you have? Unnatural strength or toughness?
It's gonna take so much to
Dude,
kill this guy.
So Talia, actually, I'm gonna go with Ava first.
Oh crap! There's psychic powers too.
Holy shiz!
I don't know what any of these do.
He's a
Do
disgusting.
you want me?
psychic.
Can I see them? Just show me the powers.
I know what one of them does because it's the light. But
Oh.
I don't think you
Oh,
have any of the other ones.
Really? But
There's one called. Oh no, you have seal wounds, right?
yeah.
One called toxic siphon.
So it's if you get poisoned or whatever, you just pull the poison out.
Oh, that's not as cool. There's one called hammer hand.
Oh, that one's really cool. It turns your hands into weapons, basically. And like, you have to look at the book, but it does like twice as much damage as an unarmed attack. So if you hit someone, like double your strength.
Yeah, I'll show you slash you.
I know.
Yeah.
I think if you have unnatural strength,
I don't think I do.
well,
My
whatever
strength
your
is just
strength
high.
is, if you hit someone, it does double that damage if you use your hammer hands power.
Wowie boys.
Be the demon.
Excuse me?
I like it because there's only one boy. Oh wait, no, there's also Christ.
Wowie
that's right.
boys.
Ava. She just screams, "Everybody drop!" And she just yips this flamer off and just shoots you. It's the Nightfire flamer, actually.
Oh, yucky.
She has the same one as El Criso.
When I think of that, it makes me think of like heartburn that comes from eating flaming hot Cheetos.
The Nightfire.
Yeah.
That could be taken another different way.
Yeah, the night diarrhea that you get from the flaming hot Cheetos. That's happened to me once in my life, like a slumber party. Wake up, and I was like, what's happening? I was like, I don't have to.
I rolled a 10.
Oh.
Roll it again.
So that's 15, so 20, so 22 with 2 pin.
Does that do anything?
I don't think I even have armor. Oh, I do have armor.
It should be like a natural armor kind of thing.
Oh, it says I have ropes for some reason.
Ropes.
I'm just gonna say I don't have armor. It says I have ceremonial ropes. That's dumb. You said my armor broke off. I'm saying I have armor.
We're changing that up a little bit.
So my toughness is 5. So what was that total? 20.
22.
22. I think you have.
A natural something.
Yes. Let me see the character sheet real quick.
Nah.
I like this infecting like clones with demonic powers. That's awesome.
That's a hunt.
Cool.
And that's a dress. Row.
Oh, that's where they're.
You have 30 wounds, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now we know.
Holy balls.
Here's my secrets.
I need to
So
change.
30.
That's right.
Wait,
Worthless.
oh, I thought we were gonna have to roll initiative again.
No, I'll punch you.
Don't punch me.
I will say you get a
Are
new
you looking
dodge.
for hammer hands?
Well,
No,
actually,
this
it's a flamer,
as
so
well.
you're gonna take it.
Oh, it's right there.
My face.
You have cellular control?
I'm gonna add a natural toughness times 2 to you.
Boo hiss.
Okay.
No, that's good.
That still means, so it was 22, so I take 12 of it.
That's pretty good. And then do a toughness test, and it's minus 5 for every point of damage that you took.
Oh, jeez.
You took 12 points of
So
damage?
minus 60? I'd have to crit. Nah, failed.
Alright, then you take additional d10 points of damage.
Yeah.
This
Oh, crap.
No, you don't roll for it. He does.
Oh, okay, good.
Where'd it
Is it? Oh, I
Should've
got
rolled that
it.
before.
Thank you. 2. You take 2 points of damage that ignores toughness and armor.
Well.
Not terrible.
We're almost half dead already.
Cool.
Do demons do crit damage as well and all that garbage?
What do you mean? Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
alternate crit and everything?
Yeah,
No, no, so like once I pass my 30 total wounds,
Yeah,
they'll
they do.
crit damage. Okay.
They do.
Cool beans.
But he doesn't still have the same thing where he takes half crit.
That's awesome.
So,
Alright, so Talia is going to activate a psychic power.
Please don't roll a 9.
Roll a 2. She's going to try a fate point. Okay.
That's the worst. Like, using psychic powers early on is, like, devastating. Because you either kill everything where it's like, oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait.
How do you decide how many dice you roll when you do the willpower stuff?
I'm psi rating 4.
What's your psi rating?
Okay, cool, I got it.
I don't know. What's my demon psi rating?
Oh, he should be like psi rating 7 or something.
So 7 dice is how many you can roll.
Let me see it. Is it not on there?
I didn't see it, but I don't know.
You're psi rating 9.
Holy shiz. So you use 9 dice if you want.
Oh, I actually have the dice I bought for Deco.
Oh, are they in that container?
Demon
Oh,
dice.
yeah. They're like, those ones.
There's
are
8 right there. Possibly 10. I forget.
Oh my gosh.
They even look yucky.
Yeah, they're gross. So I do the dominate power. Because I want to control your body.
Okay, what do I do?
And so I get a plus 10 bonus to my willpower test because I overplayed. So we have to do an opposed willpower test.
Okay.
So we just roll 2 dice and hope for the best. It's really bad.
Demon dice.
Oh, I don't have the percentage on that.
Wait, so what did you
No,
roll?
no, don't do those. Don't do those. Do
He rolled a 21 or a 12. Just take the 21.
Would you accept that? Take the bottom
highest
combo.
one?
You would take the lower one. But yeah, so
Yeah, I didn't actually pay attention. They're all
No, you're
D10s,
good.
not D100s.
When you roll that, I was like, I'll just take whatever's highest. But that, I mean, that was not bad really.
That was lucky.
okay, it does not work because you broke out. She's gonna try it again.
Oh.
No 9s. I got it. So let us do it again.
14.
I got a 65. So you are too strong for Talia.
Okay. Catch me.
What would you like to do?
Holy
Is
shiz.
he last?
Yep.
So,
Holy crap. Hey, where's the overbleed stuff for your psychic powers? So look at this one.
oh no. I want to specifically target one person
Oh my gosh.
because I hate Cascade with a passion, and I think the demon would hate her even more.
Interesting.
But how big is the building that we're in?
It's not really big enough for this fight, honestly. It's confined quarters. And now the stairway's on fire.
For
Oh.
Well, not really. Like, the place is made of stone, but there's fire on the stairs.
It's singed.
From the night fire.
with a strength of 61.
Oh, roll a d10.
Oh, fun. Yeah. 4.
That's how much more damage you take.
No.
But I think
Does that ignore touch?
I don't think it ignores toughness. I think it ignores armor.
Oh, so you don't.
Oh,
take
then
any.
nothing.
Okay.
Because I have a toughness up.
Yeah. 'Cause
I was just
now
gonna.
you're an on fire demon.
Yeah, I love it. With my strength, would I be able to potentially just like break through this wall?
You want to?
Yeah, and fly.
Ew. I hate him.
Attack the wall.
What would I attack it with?
Your fist. All out attack the wall. You have strength times. Yeah, he has initial strength times 3.
Oh. Can I evoke the hammer hand thing too? So my hands are my weapons. What does that do exactly?
Oh yeah, cast that power.
Oh, your strength bonus is multiplied by 4.
I don't have my power crossbow.
Oh, that's why I wrote a 96 on there. Yeah, write a 96 next to the 24
Where is that?
on your strength bonus. I have a little 24. Yeah, underneath that, write a 96 because when you use hammer hand, that's what happens to your strength, and that's your bonus, by the way.
90. So I have a plus 9 with my strength then.
No. Your strength bonus becomes 94.
So I do 94 extra damage.
Yes, I am not joking. It's gross.
His entire bonus is 94?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's
Because he's
multiplied.
got unnatural strength, and I rolled for this, by the way.
Yeah.
He's got a natural strength times 3, so it's a 24. Times it by 4.
That's 96. Oh, holy shiz.
I think a natural strength, though, if it's times 3, it'd only make it 18. Because I have the strength base of 6. So if it went up 3 and then times that by 4, it still would be 72, which is just ridiculous.
I didn't do well in math.
That's
Do
okay.
you want to fix those numbers?
Alright. So
I think I was doing it as if you were a natural strength times 4.
well, the hammer hand makes strength bonus multiplied by 4. So if it multiplies from the unnatural strength, then yeah, it's 70.
It's kind of disgusting. You don't even need your hammer.
No, yeah, I forget the hammer. Even knows
Although
better.
if you attack
With the hammer?
But the hammer doesn't multiply the strength bonus by 4.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
and hammerhand makes it so you can't hold a weapon, unfortunately.
So yeah, I'm gonna evoke it. I have to do the stuff. I don't know how to do this.
Just do it all,
Roll
man.
all.
You don't even care about perils.
Oh, yeah.
You'll cast them. Is there any 9s?
There's 2.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is great.
Wait, get a use your percentile dice for
I
this.
hate you.
Is he on the same table as me?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't control
Roll the
dwarf,
first
right?
one, dude.
A 46.
All right, hold up.
Okay.
Oh,
Hold on. There's no overbleed for him, right?
I looked all over the rules to see if Psychers didn't cause or Demon House didn't cause Barrels of the War. There's nothing about it. Alright, you rolled a 46?
Yeah.
You know something already up your rules?
Transmute. A random weapon in 3d10 meters is transmuted as its metal becomes somewhat brittle and alien. The alien or the weapon loses a step of quality and skilled artisans can recognize it as heretical. The weapon was already of poor quality, it will shatter to shards the next time it jams.
No! No!
whose weapon is it?
But your weapon quality is not 4, so it's not gonna break.
But it's gonna be messed up.
This is a weird one. I'm gonna say.
You can do it to me.
Do it to my hammer.
Oh, I didn't roll for you.
Blew up my hammer.
Oh my
You looked at me
gosh.
funny. Stop trying to kill us all.
Yeah. We'll affect your hammer.
Lordbrook.
So the next time you roll like the bad thing, it's gonna destroy the weapon. Because there's a bad one on there too, right? If you like
If
that.
he rolls a 1,
No, it's a. Oh, you want that as well? Because it's already, if I roll my weapon skill from a 96 to 99, it just. But I will also add 1.
holy crap. Like a 1 for
That makes it
damages?
super dangerous.
Yeah, but you don't know.
That's actually, I kind of like that.
I also.
Alright, and so you could write a story with this hammer.
I love that.
You gotta roll again. Roll high.
26.
Oh.
You can use a fate point to.
No! Stop it!
I do have 1 fate point as the demon. Sure, just for fun.
Oh,
Now
roll
would be
high.
the
Come
time.
on, dice.
81.
Roll
Come
2d10.
on, Deco.
I'm sorry.
40.
Oh my gosh, you got on the
This
bad
is a
list.
this is a biomancy
This is
spell.
your fault. You're a bad influence.
And what'd you roll?
40.
40.
That was going insane.
Do it!
Do it.
Hey, Emperor Alvis.
Thank you.
Gosh. No! I hate that face! I am furious at you.
What is it? Which one is it?
I'm telling Shay to put you in timeout.
This is perfect.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Sanguine corruption.
Oh no, I'm sanguine.
Anyway, the Psyker disgorges gouts of crimson blood discolored with metallic streaks. It flows down his body and spreads D5. 4 meters. That's everybody. Around him, the Psyker must make a hard -30 toughness test or suffer D5 corruption. You don't care. But your flesh warps and twitches. Any other character who touches the blood, which is everybody,
Everyone.
make a -30 toughness test or suffer D5 corruption.
Oh, I rolled an 87. So
I rolled an
D5.
89.
Wait, what is like?
D5 pure corruption.
Roll a d5.
Yeah. So I rolled a 9, so I get 4
I
corruption.
also rolled a 9.
Yeah, 4 corruption.
Well,
That's not the
I
worst
mean-
thing.
I'm only at 11.
I'm at
so-
15 now. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, you're happy about this. So I have my hammer hands. Perfect. I like billion. I'm gonna just Superman.
You want to go up or do you want to go through the wall?
I actually kind of want to go out sideways.
All right, cool.
After you roll.
Yeah, so you use your wings and do an agility test at +20.